Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's Tuesday, April 6th. This is Graphic Design 1, Art 237. And here is where we're at. We're at 4-6, there's spring break. 4-6, do the logo project. And that's what we're going to do, class critique. And of course, we're not printing it. This was before Zoom days. And next week is no class. So we're just going to do this, start with this, and then we're going to invite anybody else to ask questions on any other project that they haven't submitted. And I wanted to say one thing about this. Let me see, where is it? About, just to remind everybody about the grade rubric is right here on your syllabus. And it's also I've described this very clearly in the video, the first class, and I've described it another time verbally, and it's sent to you with your midterm grades. And I'm going to send this again with, after this date of logo submission, I'll send you an update, and that'll probably be the last time that I give you your current grades until the semester is completed. But to remind everybody that if you read this, you'll understand that you can pass the class without going through all of these tutorials. So if you're having problems getting through the tutorials, and I'd recommend, if you're having problems getting through the tutorials, I designed these two tutorials as actually these two to be booklets, which you print out and staple together, and they're little booklets, and one is so they get to be kind of instructions, particularly when the typed specimens, so you can see what point size, leading, and line length, which is measure, look like printed out, and then you can choose those, make a judgment on legibility for our next project, which is to do a magazine layout. But of course, the conditions as they are, we couldn't print the booklets out. Well, you could if you wanted to, but I do recommend, because it's kind of difficult. I didn't realize this until it was pointed out to me obliquely, that it's hard to read it's hard to get the instructions to the pages that are where you do the work. And the reason is because that was intended to be printed out, and I suggest you do so for the instructions, and then it'll be much clearer. I just realized this a couple weeks ago. It'll be much clearer how to do the work. So for example, we're kind of on shape techniques. Well, that's easy to get to that one. So I'll just open this PDF. So here's the instructions, and cancel. And if you print that out, if you were to print this out, page 2, page 3, page 4, these instructions correlate with the pages. And if you have that in front of you, it's going to be much easier to know what's going on here, because you can read it right in front of you. I just wanted to make that clear. And again, say that if we're in class, it would have been easier to correlate the pages here with the instructions. So I hope that helps. What else I was going to say? Well, I guess that's it. What else I was going to say is that you need to submit your projects to the box in Illustrator. like this. This is what's in the box and what we're going to start with today. And I have, and then you got to also send me a message like a PDF that, oh, I have submitted this in the box. So I know to go look, Princess, because I don't think you sent me a PDF.
Yeah, I'll make sure to send you a confirmation.
Well, that's only the reason. That's the reason why. Otherwise, and I'm doing this because it's very hard, as you might imagine or know, to keep information in the right order when you're doing this in Zoom. It's very easy in a classroom. Very hard. It's difficult here to file all this stuff. So I need a confirmation. So it's an email that says, I have submitted my project 3A in the box. And these submissions, all the rest of the class, your submissions of what the 3 projects we have left are to be in Illustrator so I can open them up and we can discuss them. So is Devin here?
Yes, I'm here, Professor.
Hi, Devin. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
So does anybody have any questions up till right now? Questions?
No.
No. All right, so let's look at Devin's logo.
I haven't updated it since we last spoke. I haven't done it in the smaller version yet, but I will do that today.
Okay, so but I'm going to, today is the deadline. Oh, this is something else I wanted to say again. Today is the deadline for submission for these logos, and I'm going to give you a grade, but that doesn't mean on the, as I have said, considering our circumstances, that I will take any project, any tutorial, or any project, revised otherwise, before the end of the semester, and you can get a revised grade. But what I'm going to do with this logo and the rest of the projects, I'm going to, so you know where you're at. After class today, I'll probably be tomorrow or the next day, you'll receive grades where you're at right now. That isn't the end grade. That's just where you're at. And if you want to get a better grade, you are certainly have an opportunity to do so. And I'm here to help you if you have any problems. If I see, it's my situation where if I see something, and I've been doing this a long time, so I see something and then I wonder, I got to express myself because that's what I'm here for, is to give a critique. And if I see something like on here, I'm looking at like I can see that these, all of this could be much simpler in the sense of anchor points. You want to design these things with as few anchor points as possible. That one there is just, and that infects your grade because it's craftsmanship. You can see kind of this, how lumpy this is, right? So I'm going to come up here. And by the way, the tutorials are what are the way that we learn how to do this. And then we practice it as we're doing it as in terms of the applications. So I'm going to get rid of all the anchor points that are not necessary. Oops. I'm just going to leave. Well, maybe I need that one. All right, so let's see if I can, I have to get this convert tool here. If I can get that back again. You see this curve? It's a nice curve now. And now I don't want to, that has a handle. Let's go up here and check this open and see if this has a handle. Yes. So I can pull this up here. And I bet you I can get rid of that one as well.
I just don't know how to do less anchor points and make it thinner, because this little tail right here is too thick.
This needs to be thinner right here?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna pull this handle out like that.
Yes, 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 that's it.
That's how you do it.
Yes.
That's how you do it. So, but please speak up so I can make this clear or that you understand it. So, and this is making, now that right there, you can see it, there's no handle here. So I got to go over here and make a handle. So the curve is smooth in both ways. So I'm gonna go over here, make a handle, and I always go the wrong direction for some reason. So there, now I got a real beautiful curve here. Devin, are you with me?
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, it looks good.
Can you do this?
Yes.
You'll get a better grade. You'll learn how to do this path tool. It's a skill set that shows up in every, as far as I know, in every piece of media where you make things, design things, videotape things. You know, it's in Premiere, which is video editing program. So once you get this, how to do this, you'll know how to do this in all other where it shows up elsewhere. So let's go back up here and say, what is this?
My family is Muslim and my sister is a hijabi, so she wears the headscarf. And she owns a business where she sells magnetic pins to help keep the scarves in place.
Okay.
And her last name, she's married, her last name is Alavi, and it's spelled different. So her business name is Alavi, like French for the halal life. And the Arabic script I have is just the word halal.
So this is really, it poses an interesting situation with regards to how I presented this project, because what you don't have a logo here, you have logo type, right? This being what, I don't know, what's the name of this type?
Like Arabic script.
Arabic script. And this is European designed 17th century serif. So those are two different languages going on, and source serif variable. Okay, two different languages going on, but there is no logo here. So I'm not saying that this is wrong. I'm just trying to clarify what we're looking at. And do you agree with me?
I don't understand. Like, what do you mean logo? I thought this was a logo.
Well, it's logo type. This is logo type, and so is this. This just happens to be Arabic typography, correct?
Yeah.
So you got a combination of languages and type styles going on here with no logo.
Can a logo not be type?
Well, a logo is usually a symbol. Now, like Mickey Mouse or an illustration. Mickey Mouse is both a symbol because it's just 3 circles, and an illustration because you put the eyes in and it associates to Mickey Mouse. That's a logo. The logo type is Walt Disney, right? We're just clarifying this. But
okay.
What you have kind of done here, because if you can't read Arabic, this looks to me, because I can't, and most everybody else who can't, like, oh, it takes the place of a logo. I'm trying to just clarify what we're looking at. And if you want to go with that, I think, okay, you can go with that if you'd like. Because if you made a logo, here's the logo. I'll do a circle. I'm trying to find that color is all. Similar color on it. That just represents the logo. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And then the question would be, where would that go? I mean, that's possible to have those three things going together rather than just two. But what
Could
this is,
could I like adapt the script into a logo? You know, like put the script smaller and make it like in a circle or in some sort of shape to turn that into a logo?
yeah, you could. Let's try that. And maybe we make this more of an oval. Let me get closer so we can see it. So I'm going to go object, arrange, bring to front. And then I'm going to go shift, click. And now I will go to things we learned in the tutorials. We want to knock that out. What do you think? What do you think, Devin, we use to knock that out? Make it
Like negative space?
yeah. What do we use?
Not. Would you use a clipping mask?
Let's
No.
try that. Clipping mask, make. Oh, that didn't work. Let's try it. Let's send it to the back. And this is, I don't know the answer right off the top of my head either. So I'm doing the same thing you're doing. Devin is
Guessing.
advising to try different things. No, clipping mask didn't work. What else? Try compound.
Would it be possible to turn the script white and then do like the shape builder?
Yes, that's kind of what I'm trying to do, is turn it white, but I want to knock it out so you can see through it. Let's try
Yes,
that.
if you turn it white and then you use the shape builder and you select everything but the actual Arabic script, would it not? I don't know. I think I would have to play with it too.
Yeah, well, there's your solution right there. But let's try there it is. I think I want to make this a little bigger. Well, let's copy this again. I wanted to see it go outside of the
Yeah, so that the negative space would kind of connect to the outside.
yes, absolutely. So object, compound path, make. So that's what you have there. Now, the problem with this is, of course, is
those little,
these things right here. So how
is
can
it possible to just like select them and delete them, or is it like one?
there? Let's try it. Let's see what happens here. So I can select that. I can select this, and let's delete it. Uh-oh.
Oh.
So
could you move the points so that they go along, so the shape is shaped differently?
uh-oh. That's what that happens. So let's go Command Z, get it back where it was. And let's try that again. And this, everybody, in my opinion, is what makes this stuff fun, solving these problems. I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. I'm gonna try that's the same condition we have up above, but I'm gonna try this Pathfinder, see if this will work. There, it worked. You see it? That was that minus the front. Now that doesn't mean I could solve that this problem here.
Yeah.
I could solve it, But I figured, because, you know, I've just done this, that there's an easier way. But you could solve this by going and eliminating and just cutting these with the scissors. Here's a scissors. Where's the scissors? Right here. On the scissors on the eraser tool. I could cut this, and I won't. But that's because I solved the problem already. So there's, and you really want to try to solve it the easy way. And usually the easy way is through some sort of function, like the pathfinder or the object compound path clipping mask. So there is that solution, and that's not a bad idea. Let's see what it looks like with the type. I know I didn't get the color quite right.
Yeah, I can play with it when I do it myself.
Okay, so let's just option this and see what this looks like. Now this is I'm gonna get ahead of myself. Let me make this a little smaller. Character 38. Yes, because they're just, they want to be in proportion to each other. And I'm going to go here just to carry on through as we're going to hand this in. I'm going to do it window artboards. Where's the artboards? Window artboards. Oh, we're over here. Oops. See, I got another screen, so I got some palettes because I have more real estate. New artboard. There, I got two artboards. So I can take this over and shift click that off. Option duplicates it. And our presentation is to be first in black and white, and large, like the typography project, because you need to see both large and what it looks like small. Does it read? Does this read? Because if you put it on a business card, it has to read small. And this would then be your master logo if you were to give that to a client. That's looking pretty good, huh, Devin?
Yeah, it looks really nice.
All right, and if you want to, I'm gonna go, this is up to you, but I wanna see this, and we're gonna see and if we were in school, we'd be putting these on the wall and it would be an art show or design show.
Angie. Yeah.
This just identifies as a designer, and what is what is this? It's a merchandise.
Yeah, it's a product, like fashion.
All right, so there's the designer and a keyword to what this logo is about, right?
Okay.
That shows everything. So this is a presentation. You submit this. And then if you want to say, well, I want to see what it looks like in color, I'll just take all of this over here to very simple. Bring it over here. Oops.
Yeah, I told my sister I would play with it and see if I could make something nice for her. And if she likes it, she might actually use it for her business.
Absolutely. That's exactly what we're trying to do here. And you had it kind of somewhere in here.
like a purplish pink color.
Okay, you do that. But anyway, so there is, and I don't know, does that stay black or does that say, is that gray?
I have to play around with it
All
and
right,
see what I would like. I mean,
okay.
I originally had it like a gray color, a dark gray color. Yeah, that's similar to what I had
Okay,
originally.
that looks great. All right, hey, good job. Yay. Any comments on this? Anybody out there? Rochelle, hi, Rochelle. Thank you, Pedro, for the clap. Thank you, Renata. Thank you, Devin, for the great work. So, you know, so what I'm going to do, Devin, I'm not going to save this.
Yeah, I have to do it myself now.
Yes, you got to do it yourself because that way you learn how to use this path tool, and that's why you're here.
Yeah.
And that's what my goal is to get you guys engaged in using these tools to do neat stuff, which I think is neat stuff. So we're going to go to the next submission. And
Professor, I
Yeah.
submitted mine if you just reloaded the page as well. I didn't realize that you had to submit it to the Dropbox. I think it should be,
yes,
yeah, there we go.
okay, I'll say this again, all projects henceforth that are not tutorials need to be submitted to the Dropbox so we can open them up and I can play with them like I'm doing. And you also have to tell me that you submitted it so I know it's there. And again, I'm going to, I'll wait a day and I'm going to go and I'm going to grade all this stuff that I see in here. And this won't be your final grade, but I'm going to send it to you. It'll be the final time, which will be by no later than the end of this week. The final time you get a grade before the last grade of the semester. So you'll see where you're at. But that doesn't mean that's the grade. It means that you need to catch up if you want to. So here's Renata's logo. Open.
I have two logos on the page because I wasn't sure. Oh, yeah, I wasn't sure if you were going to be able to see the font that I had.
No, you need to submit this, everybody. You need to submit this as outlined. The font as outlined. If because I don't have the font.
Yeah,
You know how to outline it?
type, create outlines.
Yeah.
And that will just save it so that you don't.
It won't. You save a copy of it so you can edit it yourself, but it'll save it because it's not editable type anymore. It's paths like an illustration.
Okay, because I did it with fonts that you don't have. How do
I don't need them. You need to save it as an outline. Then again, it's not a font anymore. It's an illustration. It just looks like a font, but it'll keep the style of the font that you have on your computer.
Okay, I will do that now and resubmit it.
Okay, do that. I jumped out of here for some reason. In the meantime, so this here, I'm going to delete. Okay, because it's not right. Joe logo. Are you out there, Joe?
Yeah, hello.
Hi. Let's take a look at this. All right.
I had two, but I'm really just probably going to do the bottom one.
The bottom one. You want to say something about it?
So I really did not know what to do because I just don't have like anybody that needs a logo in my life. So I was just thought of doing just like an eye doctor or like a sunglass company or something like that.
C-specs. Oh, I see what this is. It's kind of that's interesting because it's well, that's the C. We can see that, understand that, but that it doesn't read as glasses.
Really?
use circles to me. So I would suggest everybody tell me if this is going to make that more legible as an illustration. Now I am advocating, not saying you have to do anything, but to understand that the form is expressive of content in itself. It doesn't have to be a glass. It could, like an eyeglass. You're going that illustrative way right now, but that is, and it's okay, but I'm obviously trying to say that the shapes themselves communicate. I wonder if this is, does that look more like glasses now, or does that look like a line going through back at some spheres, circles?
I think it looked like glasses to begin with. Maybe if you just made the little thing on the nose like curved
Oh,
instead of there's a straight line and a little longer.
all right. That's a good idea. I mean,
Yeah, I thought about adding like the ear hooks, but I didn't want it to be too, I want it to be like pretty simple.
okay. So let's try the curved idea. So I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna do this. Now I could go over here and go and take all of these singular anchor points and curve them so it goes like this, right? I could do that by hand, but there's a simpler way, and it's also something new, which is to just go and use the pen tool. And I think I'm going to put this on another layer, just so I can not get confused with all these other paths that are in here, and go like this, and like, oops, I want to go right way, like that, and maybe now I'm going to go A to select that, and make these handles exactly the same, and that will make it a perfect curve, balanced on both sides. And I really want to take the fill, that's this, off, and I want to put the stroke on, and there is a stroke, and then I want to go and go to the stroke, wherever that is, somewhere in here. Window stroke. It's floating around. Here it is. Let's see. Stroke, and I'm going to make this stroke thick, and then show you something neat. Oh, and I'll make the caps, the corners, the caps, round, and then I don't need to see this anymore. And I'm going to come up here and I'm going to go to Object, Path, because this is a path, Outline, Stroke. And there I have made this path. Oh, look at all that stuff. You can see what this is, one path. It's once a stroke in the center, and now it's a perfect path. Pretty neat, right? So that's how you can make, and oh, by the way, if I wanted to do this I'm just to carry this technique a little bit further. If I wanted to do this as a, option, make this look like a not even, but like a mark that is done with a pen or a pencil or a felt tip pen, I could make it imperfect. And so it looked like it was handmade, starting out with something very geometric, coming up with a mustache or something. I don't know. I just wanted to show you that is a way to use the path tool as you would use a Wacom tablet with a pressure sensitive brush, achieving the same ends. So how about that?
I don't hate it.
What's that? I didn't hear you.
I said I don't hate it.
You don't hate it. You don't love it? Is it too not thick enough? Not big enough? Not thick enough? Does it need to go behind it? Send it back. Oh, wait a minute. I got this locked. Well, I can send it to the back by just switching the layers. Oops. I put it inside it, and I didn't want it to do that. There, it's in the back. Now we got an issue here. All right, I want to fix this up first.
Yeah, I had a lot of trouble with getting the doing all that. As you
Doing
can
all this,
mess.
yeah.
I did a clipping mask, but then the circle, I wanted to have like a stroke on it, but for some reason I couldn't figure out how to have the clipping mask have a stroke.
Okay, well, let's take one. If we solve one of these, we'll solve the other one. So let's try this. Let's get this over here. And is this object release? Yes. Okay, so we got all that, and these are all supposed to be shades of gray. No, I'll not worry about that right this second. I want to get to see what's going on here. That is just a circle with nothing. This is, which is kind of in the way, so I'll just delete that. There's the circle, and what we're trying to do is, you did it right. I mean, that's as a way to do it is to what did you do? You know, in a clipping path, clipping mask make. Oops. Isn't that what you did, Joe?
Yeah, I did a clipping mask.
Bring the front. Object. Where was I? Oh, well, that does
Like
it.
took away the stroke.
Yeah, but you just put a stroke back on there.
Okay, I don't know. I couldn't figure out how to do it properly.
Well, how about you just make another circle?
Yeah, I wanted to, but it wasn't like lining up as perfectly as I wanted to. But
Okay, so there, that lines up perfectly. And the way I did that is I went and I eyeballed the center of it, like let's say that's the center, and I hold my Opt key down and see it draws from the center, and then I held my Shift key down and it draws a perfect circle. So it was actually quite easy if you know those keystrokes. Did you get that?
yeah,
Circle, Option, Shift, and that's a perfect circle from the center. If I go Shift and draw, that's going to be a perfect circle, but it's not drawn from the center. So the only thing that would foul me up is not starting Option Shift from the center. And I was a little bit off, so I used my arrow keys, and then I made it a little smaller. So that was easier to do that way. Just needed to know those two keystrokes. So let's see. I wonder, I'm gonna pull this off. And what is gonna happen? That's just gonna do the stroke. Okay. Well, there was your stroke, by the way. I didn't even need to do
No,
that.
I know, but I didn't want the waves to have a stroke. You know what I mean?
Oh, I got you. So that's your solution. First
Yeah.
wave. That's,
My issue was I don't know how much of a difference it makes, but I wasn't drawing the circle from the center. I was just,
yeah, well, it makes a difference. It makes it easier. It just makes it easier is all. How did you get all those different colors? When I want to see, that's puts the, oh, let me see what's going on here. Logos, when logos are designed, they're always designed in black and white first because they have to work in black and white first, and then color. So they got to work both ways. So now that didn't work. And it seems that I can't.
you might have to change the color before you do the clipping mask.
I think that's what we got to do, which makes it harder for you to. That's a filled circle with no. Makes it harder for you to change the color back again. That'd be black. That'd be with no stroke. No stroke. This, I'm taking a stroke off. You can see that little mark down in the bottom corner. And that would be fill, medium gray, and that would be, you got a stroke, cyan stroke there. Stroke, nothing. Fill, light gray. All right, then stroke goes over the top and everything gets selected. Object, clipping path, make. And what did I do? I lost my stroke, so I'll do it again. And I'm going to do, I'm going to take that down a layer, lock it so I can do this circle very easily on the upper layer. And I'm estimating what the center is. And this got to have a stroke on it. So there's a stroke. That looks like to be the center. Click, Option, Shift. I was off, but I can make it. Arrow keys and hold my Shift key down. That'll make it keep it a circle. All right, so then I want to go to my stroke and make it 4 points. Joe, 4 points. All right, so do we like that? No comment. Are you there, Joe?
Yeah, it's cute.
Object, I'm going to group that. So now they're all one piece. And I'm going to bring this down and Option and so my problem is this little thing that it goes behind this, and but I can see it here. And what happens if I fill this? Oops. Object, arrange, send to back. I'll take it down to the bottom layer. I gotta see what happened here. That should have worked. It's still there. I'm getting lost here. Why isn't that? Can you, Joe, help me out? What's going on here?
I'm not sure. It looks like when you did fill, it just covered.
Yeah, it covered it up, but I should have, it should have revealed it again if I put the C in front. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Well, the problem is the waves aren't one whole. Each wave is like its own separate.
yeah, but it's on its own layer. Somehow I can't see anything going
Well,
on.
I think it's on layer 1.
The eyeball's on layer 1. So I should be able to see it. Something weird happened.
I don't know.
I don't either. So what happens when we do that? We, well, we can go Command Z, do this because there's a whole bunch of undos. There it is. Or I could have redone it. All right, so this is, oh, I understand what happened. We had this as a clipping mask. And that's what happened. When I filled it, it filled the whole thing because it was a mask. You get it?
Yeah.
That's what happened. So, and I forgot. I forgot. It was a clipping mask. So there's another, of course, there's always a workaround. And right now, the easiest workaround on this is for me to come in here and add an anchor point right there. And I got an anchor point right here. And I can delete that. Oops. Delete that. Delete that one. There. Now, there I could do the same thing over here. It'd be perfect. I add an anchor point right here. And I want to add one right there too, because that one's right on the edge. I come over here, delete that, delete that. There. Perfect. You like that? Let's see it. Oop, cancel.
Yeah, I like that. That's cute.
All right. Now that
Yeah, that looks more like glasses for
it
sure.
looks more like glasses as well, right?
Yeah.
So this is nice. Yay!
Also, I didn't know if the font like felt like do you think the font works well?
No, sorry.
I really couldn't find a font that like.
I'm gonna select both of these things and I'm gonna object group them. So now this is a one item. Oh, geez. One item. Let me see. Try that again because it didn't work. Objects with the selection tool, object, group. I missed the button somehow. Now let's click it off. Yes, one item. So hey, that's good. This looks good. See specs. What do we do about this? Now you got this over here, so we don't need this anymore. There's one issue that I have with this is that the type looks awkward because it's going to a unnatural way to our understanding of how typography works in the English language. That means that if the stress is going backwards, right?
Yeah.
What font is this?
I have no idea.
Okay,
I can look. I can look. It's I'm not sure because I made it a.
Well, everybody should have a backup that is that is not turned into a outline, so we can go back to it and
Is there any way to revert that or no?
once you've made it and save the undo if you haven't saved this file, but once you save the file, you save the changes.
Mhm.
So I can come
Or
up.
I tilted it because I want it to be like, oh, the sea, like you're wobbling on the sea or something. I don't know. But if it doesn't,
Well, no, I don't know. We can go to that. The idea is that's like that font there, acumen is close, but the C is different. The letter C. Well, myriad.
it's actually Skia, SKIA.
Oh. SKIA.
Yeah, that's it.
Skia. And then you got which one are you going to choose? You know, extended, condensed, light. You chose black, extended, light.
I think I just chose the regular one.
Well, do you like any of the other ones?
I don't have strong feelings about it.
Oh, you got to be very sensitive. Because, and then I suggest, and I'm
Like
not
those, I like the stretched.
like to stretch. Okay, so there you have it. So the way you do that is you go to be very sensitive, because all of this is really about being very sensitive. You set them up so you can compare them. And this is how you choose your fonts, to set them up and one against the other. And I'm just doing this as a demonstration. So there's 3, but you could do 20, 30, whatever it is. And then you go, what do you feel about this? Do you like that one or that one? Joe?
I don't know. I do like the more stretched versions.
Okay, so that's your original. I got it up top, so I don't need that there. And here is one that has, and I suggest that this stroke, and this is what it is to be sensitive and feeling about this, that stroke and this stroke ought to be the same. So that stroke, we don't know what that stroke is because it's editable. But if I go to there and I go in,
It was 4, right?
well, I think I got to ungroup this object, ungroup, and grab that, and a stroke. Where's a stroke? Window, stroke. It's somewhere. Too many things. Don't want that. Don't want that. Stroke. 4. Yeah, you're right. It's 4. So let's make it 3. 3. So it's relatively the same thickness as this. And it's kind of like we're looking for consistency so everything looks to be a part of each other, like they go together. So now, what if I was to go and take this one and go light extended, and I have a black, too much, extended. I don't have a black extended that is, I need a thicker version of this. These are the same. Either that a thinner stroke here, a thicker stroke there. I'd like its thicker version of
I think the strokes looks pretty matched.
okay, we'll go with that. But I could go and do a fake one, and by putting a stroke on a fill, this is the fill, this is a stroke, and going over here and making that black. There, I faked it. I got a fill and a stroke, and it's thicker. Do you like that, or do you like?
I liked it before.
Liked it before, okay. But anyway, that's how you can do that, and do a faux stroke or a faux thickness with if you don't have the font or the font isn't written. So now we got to, and so we'll just put this off to the side. And now the question is, you want your idea was to, now that's our original. Your idea was to do something that looked like the C, right?
Yeah.
Um,
I also wanted the font to be like the same length as the logo.
the same way. So
Yeah, that's why I spaced it out a bit.
okay, so we can, I think it could be a little bigger because that's in a hierarchy of visual information, that is stronger than this. And we really kind of want to have them equal because of enlarging and making a logo smaller to be readable at different sizes. So they have to be proportionate. Everybody understands what I'm talking about. And that is closer. Would you agree?
Yeah.
All right, so now there's what looks like the C. I'm gonna go, and this is kind of like, this could go on for a long time trying to figure this out. I'm gonna go over here, new artboard, and just copy this. And I wonder if there's something, is there, I don't know, is there something, I got some ideas. Like one idea that comes to mind is that you make this, the C, where my cursor is, specs. That's one idea, C specs. That'd be wavy around the glasses and it'd be echoing the curves. So we could do that, or we could go and see if any of these things work. I wonder. Not that I've used these things, like almost never, but I knew they were there. Stylize, rasterize, distort, free distort, pucker and bolt, rough and transform, tweak, twist, zigzag. Got any ideas? Oh. Oh. Let's try that again. Get up so we can close it. Are you feeling it, Joe?
Not really.
Distort, zigzag. Not really?
No.
Let's try another one. Effects.
I mean, that was just my original idea, just to sort of slant them to make it more playful.
Roughen. Transform. Roughen. Does that do anything to you?
No.
No. Anybody else? Does that do anything to anybody else? No. All right. So you're not into these overly stylized effects, right? Silence means what? No?
Yes, it means no.
Okay. Scale, no. Object, transform, shear. All right, so here's shear. This is kind of what you're doing. Preview. It's not shearing. Oh, shear angle. You're going this way. And do you see anything you like?
I was doing the I wasn't doing it like this. I was using the under the character tab.
Okay. Do I have the C specs? Yeah, you were making these, you're making an outline and you're doing them one at a time.
Well, no, I did. No,
Well, how'd you do it?
I used that. See the character tab under layers?
Okay.
I was using that to slant it.
Character. That?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Oh. Like that, huh? Is that a yes?
Yes, that's how I did it originally.
All right. So I kind of like I kind of like the spacings, but I'm going to make that spacing right here. $200, $300. So let's take a vote. How many people like the top one? How many people like the bottom one? Nick likes the top one.
I like the bottom one.
Oh,
I like the bottom one too.
really? I like the top one now that I see it.
Oh, good. I like the top one. So we're about even. There's two.
I like the top one.
Okay, so now I think you got 4 likes the top ones and 2 likes the bottom one.
I like the top one as well.
Okay, this is easier on your eye than this because your eye is forced backwards, you know, and this here, your eye is reading with the type. You know what I mean? Because you read left, right, and here your eye follows here, and visually you're going, your eye when it hits the S is wanting to go left when the word is going right. Follow my thinking?
Yeah, that makes more sense.
And that's why you don't see this backwards leaning type hardly ever, because it's making your eye, it's conflict with how your mind reads, at least in English. At any rate, so this here, move that down there, and that becomes the wavy thing. And maybe I oops. There's a keystroke oh, that's the keystroke. Okay, I'm gonna go Command Z. Maybe this is too big, so I got to go over here and make that smaller. 55, 48, and there it is smaller. You said you wanted to kind of line up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, there's a keystroke that you can do that on a keystroke by going, and I forgot it, Option Shift, and I can I can see if it looks better that way.
I kind of like it bigger
Okay. let's-
because I feel like when it's smaller, it just looks weird with the logo.
Yeah. So
Don't fit.
Option Shift, just an advanced keystroke. That's smaller. And it changes the point size here. I agree with you. I like it bigger. Option Shift. You don't have to do it that way. You can do it with the changing the point size, but I do it with the keystroke. So that's looking pretty good, huh? Whoops. Joe, do you like that?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna if I'm gonna end up doing it slanted, but
Well, I think you should experiment yourself, you know?
mhm.
And that's what's fun about this. Don't just follow what we've done here. Try something else out. I wonder if I could customize this more by going. I can do this in the swatches tab as well. Oh, I thought maybe there would be some grayscale in here. Or, well, I can go like this and go over here and say color swatches. Okay. No, it should be there. No, there it is. There they are. I was just trying to do something else to show another way to do these. Save the colors and reuse them. I'm kind of going fast. I'm not sure if I'm even using the same color, but do you like that? That has something to do with the.
Yeah, I like that better because it makes it feel like it's related to the logo.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Hey, let's looking good. Yay, Joseph. Are we done?
Yes.
So I'm not going to save this. Is that all right?
What if I say no?
Then I'll save it to my computer.
That's okay.
And then you try it. Then you get back to me and say, I want to see yours.
Okay.
Do you want to do it that way?
Sure.
All right. So I'm going to save this because I want you to try to do it, but I'll save this and I'll save it here in my desktop. Your folder, and I'm going to put my initials there so I know what version it is. So they're all that work is saved. So if you have an issue, we can go back and look at it. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for giving us an opportunity to explore what is a very fun thing, which is making logos, designing stuff. Now we'll go back and we'll go to Renata. Here's Renata. Are you ready, Renata?
Yeah, I think that should be the right one.
Cosmetic black. The font isn't there. Roberto Thin. Oh, that's these fonts.
Yeah, the cosmetic black is the one below, but I did do the outline. I just can't see the one below. But the one with Roberto Thin looks fine. That's the correct. Yeah, and that one letter is not right. Darn.
This one.
Yeah. It's the same letter as this, just in black.
What is that?
That's a double. It was like, give me one.
Well, I'll come back to you again. Can we do that? You can fix it? Hello?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, I'm going to come back to you again. Just outline all the type. All right. So, oops, Dropbox.
Mine is in the Dropbox if we want to do that one.
And who's that?
McKenna.
Hi, McKenna. Okay, I'm gonna dump Renata's right now so I don't get confused. And let's look at McKenna's. Open. All right. Before Beauty, what is this?
It's like for a skincare brand.
So I am labeling it. So we have
Okay.
a keyword here, everybody. So we know what you're doing. And then you can put your name on it too. It's on here. I know it's on here. It's up here. So I can.
Yes.
Before Beauty. Okay, beautiful. All right. So what's happening here? You see this? How thick this is?
Yeah, I wasn't sure what was going on with that.
This is what's going on. I'm going to take this before, and I'm going to scale it. Scale tool. I lost the scale tool. I can't find the scale. Anybody help me where the scale tool is? It's buried somewhere. I thought it would be right there in the transform tool, but it's not. I went up top to get it. And what we need to do is, it's somewhere in here, but I don't want to spend any more time to look for it, is the scale, stroke and effects. You got to hit that, then you get scale corner soup. Hit that button, radio button, and then I'm going to say uniform 25% and copy it. And there you have it without it being thickened up. Get it, everybody?
Yes.
So that's how you do that. You got to go to
Okay.
transform, scale, and hit that button, these buttons here, and then scale, and scale it. And then, oh, I'm going to move that there because that's really what this is right here. So let me see. Shift, select them both, scale them back up so it's kind of in proportion. And there you have something that if you scale it down small to business card size, you wonder, is that thick enough? Maybe it is, but it's borderline. All right, that's one thing. But another thing is this is nice. That's nice. This is Beauty. This happens to be, I have the font, so I can do that and say Sign Painter. And this is Avenir. Avenir is a nice font, and it has to be Avenir what? Outlined? Or what did you do? Oops, Command Z. I'm just seeing, how you've done this. So
Well, I was gonna ask you about that because it was just giving me the outline like that, but I didn't choose that.
you didn't choose it.
No, I didn't really want it outlined like that. I don't hate it, but I just wanted it to be like thin and not filled in, but it just wasn't really working for me.
Well, there is, it filled in. Right here, I'm going to make that outline. It's outlined. right? Here, I'm
Yeah.
gonna fill it in, and I'm gonna take the outline, and I'm going to take the outline off. So that's kind of what you wanted, right?
Yeah.
All right. Before beauty, now my question is not on the Avenir, but it's on the beauty.
Mm-hmm.
You and that font is, you wanted a script font.
Mm-hmm.
Did you explore all your script fonts that you have on your machine?
Yeah.
And that's the best one.
Yeah, that was my favorite one.
Okay. Okay. And then there's this stuff going on up here. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That looks like it's a flower.
Yes.
This is illustration of a little cosmetic cream thing.
Yeah.
And that's the cream coming out of this.
Yeah.
That's how I'm reading it, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you have 1, 2, 3 things going on here.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I mean, then if I was to drill down further, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things going on here,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there, and the driving concept here is designing a good logo, you need to have it be very clear, very quick. So we have to be able to read it quickly. And you could go around and look at lots of logos and say, oh, but this one over here is really simple. This one over here is really complex. Now, what makes the complex one work is that, in my contention, is that the hierarchy of information, what you see first, second, third, fourth, fifth, will be very clearly presented. So there'll be one thing that's right on top, and everything else is in a supportive structure to that one thing's right on top. Hence, the tutorial that tried to get you to think about hierarchy of information. Remember that tutorial. Mm-hmm. What's most important, what's supportive, and what's not inconsequential. That is the concept that I was trying to get at. And right here, I'd like to bring that concept to say, these things are all equal. That one right there is more important than the rest of these things. Is mm-hmm. there a way that we could either, my approach is not to try to, when I'm designing something, is to try to deconstruct it to its most elemental. What is the most significant thing, and get rid of everything else, and then say, is that enough, or maybe it needs something else, then add it on a little bit at a time. So could we do that with this? I'm gonna go do a new artboard. Artboards. Are you following me?
Yes.
All right. So I want to put a new artboard so I can move this over, copy it, move it over, and then say, what's the next most important thing?
I would say the little tub with the drop.
Well, one or the other.
We'll say the tub.
The tub.
Yeah, that.
I didn't get everything. Does everybody agree? Nobody has anything to say.
On which part?
Well, from everything that's here, and I've identified 8 subsets and 3 things, 1, 2, 3. What is most important? The tub? The flower.
When I first saw it, I kind of just wanted just to see the flower because I liked that sort of design.
Oh, I do too. Can we
Like,
try-
and just have the flower sitting on top.
Oh, all right. So we'll have two things going on here. Makina, is that all right?
Yes, I like the flower too.
Which one do you want to work on?
I think I like the flower, but I think for it being a skincare brand, the top one makes more sense.
Okay, so can we talk about um, uh, associative thinking, which would say, now I'm going to talk about fashion, which would be called lifestyle, whereas the product isn't the thing that is featured, it's the lifestyle of the person who's using the product. So there's an elegant something that's not the product at all, or maybe the product is all blurry off in the background, but you understand what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
You're talking about setting a lifestyle relationship to the product.
Okay.
So if you're talking about beauty, what's more beautiful than a flower,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
And if you're selling a product and like it's in a catalog, well, then you got to show the product. And in that case, this is not showing the product. It's showing a illustration or a symbol of the product, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're really going to go to this direction, you'd want to really illustrate the product itself. And that is in our culture right now, as far as I understand, the more sophisticated, elegant is to go through associative thinking, which would be lifestyle first, which is beauty. What is beautiful? A flower. Are you following my thinking?
Yes.
Is everybody following my thinking? So, should we do the flower?
Yes.
Okay. So, let's go over here and try this color out. There's the color. I don't know. I'm going to come up here and I wonder if oops, and Z, if oh, I can't remember how this works, how this eyedropper works. Oh, eyedropper, because you can pick this up, but it's with a keystroke. No. All right, so there's a way to, I'd have to look it up. I can't remember. I want to take the stroke off and then let me try it again. Let's pick that one up. Pick that one up. There. That's how it works. I don't know. So you want to go in, and then I'll bet you this needs to be a little thicker. And we want to have a comparison thing going on here. So, because I made that eyedropper work. Couldn't do it there for a second. So so this is, if this is thicker, so we can see it, and that is 4, so these would be 4, like that. And so then the question is, let's do this. Oops, no, I'm going to do that. I just want to move it over, and then I want to move this down, and then I wanted to move this duplicator And then I want to come up and say, so which one do you like better?
I like it with not all of them filled in.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that anybody else have any?
I liked it better when none of them were filled in.
Yeah.
I also liked it better when none were filled in.
I like the little loop.
Okay, so let's try that. New artboard. So I go to down here and put that, and this stroke gets to be back on my stroke for. Uh-oh. So we got 1, 2, 3. Everybody likes 3 better?
Yeah.
Really?
Either 2 or 3, but I like 3.
2 or 3. So, but what about all of this stuff going on here?
I feel like maybe not make the lines as thick.
Yeah.
I liked it when it was delicate looking.
All right, so let's take into consideration. Let's take into consideration this, because this is part of this exercise that every logo goes through. That's a business card. Is that too light? Let's make it a little bigger. Does that work at that scale? Nobody's saying anything. Hello?
I think so.
You think so?
I mean, I obviously the logo gets a little lost just because it is thin, but
Yeah.
when it's big, it's a lot. I like it.
I'm going, so I'm sitting at my, and what you do with this is we were doing it, we'd print it out so you could see it in real life. But I'm looking at my screen here and I can read beauty. So that's as little as it could go. If I go any smaller, I can't read beauty. So then the question is the thickness of this, but more importantly, this cluster here, does that make it not clean looking, McKenna?
I see what you're saying when it's smaller, but sort of like Joseph said, I do like the way it looks in the bigger version with them overlapping like that.
And not any, you like it in a bigger version overlapping.
Yeah.
You could also like send that middle one so you don't see the loop at the bottom, so you just see the 2 looping.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would maybe simplify it, but you would still have that.
All right, so maybe let me do this kind of ad hoc here. Oops, wow. Fill. Like that?
No, so you would send that middle one back.
Object, range, send it back.
You would probably have to fill the 2 petals on the side, fill them. But I don't know. I don't know how you would keep that loop. You know what I mean? Like just that center loop.
Oh, well, that's a little awkward, right?
Do you know what I'm trying to say though?
I think.
It's like you would see the 2 on the side overlapping, but the middle one you wouldn't see overlapping.
Okay, so let's do that. There is a version right there. So I'm going to take the fill off of these to get back to where we were. So the idea here is to get rid of this and to get rid of that. Is that correct?
Yeah, that was just an idea.
Yeah, well, I think it's a good idea. So how am I going to do that? What I want to do, I have to, this is just a stroke. So I have to break this stroke. So I'm going to do that right here. Scissors. And then pull this in. Ooh. Oh, how about that?
I think that's cool.
Oh, we got this version going on as well. So let's grab this. Oops. Option, duplicate, shift scale, and that scale the strokes, which we wanted. And that right there. Let's see. So we got 3 different versions going on now. Which is the best one, McKenna?
I like where we're going with the just seeing the 2 overlapping, but I think I want to play with it a little bit more.
Okay, you can play with it.
Yeah.
All right, I wanted to do one other thing here, which is take this and do this thing that I demonstrated a bit ago. Path, outline, stroke, and now I'm going to come up here and get closer to it. I wonder if I can just go over here and grab this and scale this up. Oh. I lost my, I don't know where my scale tool is. Object, transform, scale. That might be a little more exaggerated, but I'll do this and go and then adjust this. I'm trying to make this like the end of the flower, you know, where it has a. Like that.
Yeah.
Is that just one person likes it?
I don't like that. You had it one way where it was just like sort of a cleaner swoosh, and I like that better.
That's this one. It's just an idea. That's that one down there. Or this one over here. Okay. Lovely. McKenna, are you done?
Yes, thank you.
All right. So I'm not going to save this.
Okay.
Okay. You can follow what we did on a video, right?
Yes.
Lovely. Great. Good job. Yay! You got to get excited when things go great. That's part of this whole thing, as you say, when you achieve something, you get all excited about it, right?
And when I resubmit this, do you want it in black and white or do you want
Yes.
it color? Okay.
And then I like, do the color if you'd like, but they got to work in black and white. I should have done that. I forgot to do that.
Okay.
So who's next? Ryan?
Yeah, we can do mine.
Oh, wow. I remember you were working on this. So,
Yeah, the second page, those are just like, since you said the thing about type being in the logo, that would make the bottom one the logo, but also personally, I felt like so my company is like an oat milk company, and a lot of oat milk companies don't have a logo without their name incorporated into it. So I just did both.
okay. So, I want to see what this one looks like. This is the one I have highlighted here is definable as logo type and logo, where these are kind of the logo type, and it's just a stylized logo type that has things in here that are very distinctive. I like this quite a lot, by the way.
Thanks.
So I'm going to do this. Wait a minute. Option, drag that over. Oh. Try again. Option. Apparently I'm not getting everything. Option. So I'm going to scale this down a little bit because the edge of the page is getting into my eyesight, where there's too much energy between here and here. So I need more space, for me at least, to see this. And then I want to say, should this be smaller?
I kept debating between that and I couldn't decide because it was like combating the art with the text for me.
Yes, I'm having seen the same thing right now.
Yeah, but I didn't know exactly how to go about it.
Well, I'm changing the hierarchy of information here. So one is right now they're both saying you see them both at the same time, and one needs to be scaled down or up to, I think, to make this be more sequential in how you read the image when you look at it. So now I'm going to try it this way. Oh, I'll go and get this one too. We made the type smaller, and now I'm going to make the oats or wheat, whatever it is, smaller. And maybe
Those aren't grouped, yeah.
yeah, what's that? I wonder. Ooh, very strange. What does that look like?
I had issues with that because I drew those instead of using the pen tool because I have a Wacom tablet. So
Do you like that filled in?
not really, honestly.
Does anybody else? No comments.
I don't.
All right, thanks for your comment. How about if it was, oh, that's a little more articulate. Do you like a better thin little lines like that?
I think so. I think it's just harder with it filled in to like tell exactly what it is.
Well, it's a shape. All right. Well, those are the anchor points are all right. See, everybody, I look at these anchor points because I want to know if you know how to do that, use the pen tool. So I'll be looking at it. Well, I'm just playing around. I don't know that I'm doing anything any better. I don't know what that is. Am I?
I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Do I or do I don't know if I like that or if it or centered more.
Oops. Oops. Grab all this. Option. Shift. Arrows. Shift. Arrows. So, what do you think?
I feel like I like the top one more.
All right. So anybody else?
I think.
Let's try it on the other one. Oh. I'm having a problem grabbing these. Oh. Oh, well, that's not any different than this. So I'm going down the wrong road there. Get rid of this. So that here we got here we have just so the question here is this enough by itself, or does this add something that it's significant?
I feel like it's enough by itself, personally, but
All right. What does everybody else think?
I kind of wish like the plants were either on the top or on the bottom. Like, I feel like when you made them smaller, they kind of just became like insignificant to the word. But that's just me.
I
That's
feel what Joe
Like I
said.
wanted to underline it, or I wanted to wrap it, or I wanted to.
I kind of feel like the original way he did it had it like framed really nicely, whereas like having it smaller kind of takes away from it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, let's make this so it's equally smaller, and the edge of the page doesn't get in the way. So my thought in doing this, and I did it the other way as well, is where the type was smaller and this was big, and I didn't save it, but was that these two were, you're seeing these at the same time, and I wanted to see the word first and then the plant. That's why I did this. Who is this? Is this one better or this one better? Please vote. Give us give me a response.
wait, which two?
The left one or the right one on the top?
The left one for sure.
The left one for sure.
Yeah.
I think the left one as well.
Anybody else?
Left.
All right. Do you like this one? The right one here, or the left one, the first one, without the plants, everybody?
I like it
I like the
without
plants, but I don't think it's necessary.
Same.
You like it with the plants, but you don't think it's necessary.
Like, I think if you were to keep the plants, like that one in the middle, I really want it, I don't know why, but I really want it to be like a circle. Like I want it to wrap around fully with that, just to like frame it completely.
Well, you'd have to have plants going here and here.
Yeah.
That'd be a different, it'd be like this.
Yeah, I like that.
What is this?
I like how it's wrapped.
I don't know how you get your Ryan, what is this cup of soda here?
It's supposed to be like oat milk.
Oh, oat milk.
Yeah,
Oh, as a logo, and then that would be the logo type.
right.
Okay, so that's like my critique would be, how many things? 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? Like too many things.
Yeah. I like the circular motion of the oats in that, but I'm not obsessed with the cup.
I just feel like the type is a logo in itself.
That's what I like. That's what I was trying to like accomplish, but I felt like I had to have an illustration or something.
Well, I don't think you have to have an illustration, but the idea that we explore the possibilities, I think, is what is important. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you can't do this stuff just by talking. You have to do it.
Yeah.
Because we're really talking about a visual language. And oh, I cannot get this. So you have to actually do it. And because it's not about just trying to solve a problem. You have two copies of this going on, one on top of each other.
Oh, that's because I had an older one. I forgot to delete the one under.
I'm just gonna, just because this was brought up, I don't think this is gonna work because this is a rectangle and you're putting a rectangle. The type makes a shape of a rectangle, which is, by the way, since I'm promoting my tutorials, we did this in that last expressive type tutorial. We explored type as shape, and that's what's going on here. Is what am I missing here? Oh, is shift. This type, logo type, is making a rectangle, and now you're putting a rectangle into a circle, and for that reason, I don't think it works.
I don't like it.
Yeah, but that's the reason that this works better, because it's echoing the rectangle here.
Right.
Anyway, yay! Great job.
So what's the finish? What's
You're got to make that decision.
So should I submit to you just my original two artboards?
You can. I think they're great, and the point again is the process. Well, it's an end product as well, but we've gone through this process. And you've got a bunch of different variations. They're all good. The first one, I think it works, is really concise and is enough. So you decide how you want to do it. I think they're all great, and the fact that we did these variations is what is the most important experience that we could have in this class. That's what the heart of the class is to do these variations and explore the relationships. So great, good job, yay!
Thank you.
So you'll submit this, or is it already submitted?
I haven't submitted it to you yet. It's just on the box.
Okay, don't save. You got to submit it the right way, right? Big and little.
What do you mean?
You have a large one and you have a small one, like you did the typography design.
Oh yeah, you mean, wait, what do you mean? Because that's what I did in Illustrator. Isn't it on there?
Oh. This is the little one?
Yeah.
Well, you've got them reversed, which is kind of interesting, which is something I didn't ask for, but this is what I asked for. It's like if it was on a business card.
Oh, I see.
Like it'd be like that.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can do that.
Okay. Well, if you want, I'll just save this and you don't even have to do it. What do you want to do? I want to get rid of it.
So you just save it, and that should be my submission, you mean?
It can be. I mean, it's not like you. It's much that I haven't done much to it. This is what is your oatmeal?
No, oat milk.
Oat milk. All right, so there we got the identification of what I'm looking for when you're going to make a submission. Everybody understand that? And then you did this extra stuff. Great. Yay. Extra credit. Are you ready, Ryan?
Yeah.
This is your submission.
Yeah, okay. So I just won't send anything.
You don't need to.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know. Did you send me a email that you made a submission?
No.
Well, then do that.
Okay.
Because it's very easy for me to get lost. I've got 40 some. So help me out here. You just follow that procedure, and then I am not lost. I can make sense of all of these files. Like I've got that going on in all these classes, same kind of issue. I got to keep all these files going on at once. All this organization. So Ryan, Renata, are we back to Renata?
I think it should be good. I'm hoping that it's good.
Okay.
As you were going through this, I felt like mine wasn't good enough, so I just added one more thing. I had 2 logos and I did like a variation of both.
What is this red eye?
That is like part of the logo.
That's part of the logo.
Yes, this is like my actual logo for my band. It's me and another person, so we're a duo, so it's supposed to represent 2 people.
All right, great. But
And I made it, yeah.
in this version, I don't mind the color submission, but we got to make these logos. Everybody has to make these logos as grayscale.
Okay, I'll just make it gray.
I'm going to show you. So what it would look like would be that, right?
Yeah.
And then you can do a color one. But it has to be able to be designed in grayscale, because there'll be applications for logos that are grayscale. So you got to start with that, and then you do the color one. So this is nice. What we have here is outline. You know what font that is?
It's called Cosmetic Black.
All right, very elegant. Very, very much about fashion. Thick, thin contrast makes it elegant. Very nice. And that's a nice addition. I think that is a convincing logo type. Now, we're asked on a syllabus to do a logo and a logo type. So what is this up here?
That was just like another version I did where I was trying to make the letter kind of like use the letter shape as like a symbol. So I was trying to make the A look like the cursor. I was just playing around because I liked my other one.
This one.
I mean, I like that one because I've been working on it for like months, but.
The mid-low?
Yeah.
All right, well, I think this is very successful, but the challenge to design a logo and logo type is occurring here, right?
Yeah. I mean, for my band, like we use that double I just like as the logo. So like you can pull that out and use it separately rather than, that's kind of how I work around that. This one was just like, I made this one. This one's a real one, and the alt access one is just a made up company that I came up with.
All right. So you're saying that this is the logo?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. So there isn't any reason for that because it's there.
Yeah, I had it incorporated into the type. So I guess it is not technically a logo on its own in this, but like we do use it as the logo.
Okay, the main goal here is to identify this, what's going on. Understand?
Yeah.
It's just to be clear what's going on. That's the main goal. It's not. It's better to have a logo and logo type or just the logo type. That's not the issue. I just want to identify it so we're clear, so we understand what's going on. And this is the greater we of everybody, right?
Yeah.
So to make this, if I was to say, all right, you need a logo to make this a logo that is different than that. Maybe we go and do something different to it. Simply, I'm just exploring the possibility as if, what happened to my layers? I'll go up here and I'll go down, do this. So what if I was to do something else? I'm just going to try something that changes it. And I'm not quite sure what I'm doing, but I'm just exploring. Wait a minute. Object and group. Object and group. Oh. What would happen? What would happen if I just use the Pathfinder window and let's try them out, see what happens. Ooh, interesting. Wow, that was quick. You like that?
Yeah, that's definitely cool. I do like that. It kind of reminds me of like a fashion brand. Like I could see it being something for, I like see elements of like Chanel and Adidas in it, if you see what I mean.
That's what I was thinking, or like a magazine.
So there's your solution with the logo. And it's transformed this, and it still embodies the concept of that.
Yeah, definitely.
You like that?
I do like it, yeah.
Can you do it?
I could totally do that, yeah.
See that line right there?
Mm-hmm.
That line right there? That was
Yeah.
me and Haste. Those got to go.
Yeah, definitely.
Can you submit this?
I could submit that, yeah.
Beautiful. It's gorgeous. I love it.
Thank you. I mean, you did it, but thank you.
Yeah, but that's all right. That's all right. Because what I was doing was getting an idea going on here about the, you know what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm making it so it has more of a relationship with the letter D, if that goes with it. Right?
Yeah, it definitely makes the size look more, like, it's definitely better. Just looks like it fits with it more.
Object transform scale, because I can't find a scale thing over here. Or in the cancel this. I gotta select the whole thing. We're gonna scale like this. Shift. Yeah. All right. So let's do. So this is the solution, right?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay. So here I want to talk about. These without. All right, my feeling here is that and you can go out there in the world and see this happen, is that when you try to make a letter or an icon into a letter, it never works very well, almost never.
Yeah, that's why I did the second version.
And so look at that, everybody, when you go out in the world and see that where people are trying to make, except for Tostadas, they made that work really well. They remember that logo, but that's far and few between where an icon, which refers to something else, is doing a double service to referring to the letter A. So I suggest that that does not work.
I also agree that it does not work. That's why I decided to put my other one in there.
Okay, this here works, except for this object ungroup. These seem object. These little push button gestures seem very fussy.
Yeah, I was struggling with those. I had used like, ooh, I tried to make them like with a circle because I originally just had it so that to tie it in, like the dash in the word access, like before was part of it, so it tied it in a little bit, but I didn't like it, so I just took it and then I didn't arrange it again. I don't know if that made any sense, but
Oh, goodness. I can't figure out why I cannot get on these ungrouped. Shift and X. There, I got rid of them. This here, I'm going to go Command V. There they are. Shift. Your guides aren't locked, and that's why I copied and pasted the guide. That's what that green line is. Now that, in terms of communicating, this is doing it. You don't need these because that's actually saying I'm pushing this button.
yeah.
And then there's a whole question of, is this a label? Is it a button? Should it be more of a button? Do I illustrate this as a button?
I wanted to make it like a dark, like a little light gray all around the letters so that it seemed more like a button, or give it a drop shadow.
Do you know how to do that?
I don't know how to do it in Illustrator, but I would know how to do it in Photoshop.
Okay, so let's just do it real quick.
But it's also transparent, so.
Now,
I think it would look better as a drop shadow, like a really light drop shadow around it, because like on a computer screen, I feel like the buttons always have a small drop shadow.
Effects. I'm trying to find it. That's not, now these are all just filters. That's not what I'm looking for. I don't do that here in Illustrator because attributes in Illustrator are not path dependent. They're attributes, and I don't recommend using filters or attributes because particularly when doing something like logos or typography or page design, because they're things that are in addition to the paths. The paths are the essence of Photoshop, if that makes any sense to anybody. Anyway, so that's the reason why I'm having a hard time finding this, but I know it's here because I don't use it. If I'm going to do some sort of effects, that's where you do it. Photoshop effects. So that's where I do it. But the drop shadow is not there. I know it's here.
I would usually do it just like in the blending options, like right click on the layer and then select the blending options in Photoshop, but I don't think that works in here either.
No. It's in, oh, I did something today that was working really quick, and now I'm doing something with transparency. This is the modes in Photoshop, but it's not drop shadow, by the way. That's where you get the mode. So you can do a mode in Illustrator. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for layer, what is it? Layer effects. Appearance. We want to try appearance. Outer drop shadow, stylized drop shadow. There it is. That took me a while. All right. Anyway, there's what it is. What is it? Effects. Stylized drop shadow. So, and
Like that's, yeah, that looks better to me.
yeah, that works better. You know, you could go. This is really a Photoshop thing because you could go and put bevel and emboss on this. All
Yeah.
and it'll look like a button. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'll stick with the other one.
Okay. All right. So you're going to do that and submit it, right?
Yep.
And tell me message me, email that you have submitted it, right?
Okay. Yeah, I will.
Okay, good job. Yay! You did a good job. I'm not going to say this. So, Princess, I think we're up to you. Are you there?
Hi, I'm here.
Let's see what you got.
Okay.
Open up, download, open up, refresh, open. All right. Okay, so that is a monogram that's illegible. That's all we're asking for. The concept here is that it is typography returning back to form, where you see the form first. That's a whole concept here. I don't know if it's necessary to have these strokes on it, but any credit will be given. Now this here is got some questions going on. 2 vowels and 2 consonants, and that spells the word pies. Should be upper or lowercase or caps. And the reason for that is to make it simpler, because these are guides here. And if you use upper and lowercase, there's only 2 guides. If you use caps, there's 4. And that's why I called for upper lowercase or caps, because you only have 2 guides, not 4 that you have to design with around.
Lowercase. I meant to align it with the I, but it's not. It looks like a uppercase. I see.
So can you fix that?
Yeah. So have it aligned in the middle, right? In the middle line, like lower it.
Yeah, this is the baseline. That's the X height. And that's in your tutorial. There's an anatomy of type that identifies that. So it's got to be.
Okay.
It's got to be. And this here is that there is a box on top of the form. It really needs to be knocked out. So how are we going to knock that out?
Clipping mask or compound?
One of these. Oh, I got to see these guides are selected. So if I go to view guides, lock guides, and I can unlock them the same way. Now I can select this and go to without selecting the guides, and go to all right, that didn't work. That was a clipping mask, I think. Compound path make. Now that worked. See, it's all part of one thing now, which is to say that I can move it over and you can see through it. And that's how it has to be done.
Okay.
But I'm going to go and make this down to you got to redraw this so it fits. And that goes below pies, lowercase pies. Right? So it's lowercase. Does lowercase mean, oh, can't believe it. Means that you have a descender, right? Right?
It looks, why does it look like not aligned? You said that's how it should be?
No, you got to redraw this. I said you got to redraw this so it aligns with the X height, baseline, and descender, wherever that descender is for the
Okay.
P. So I'm just doing this to show you that it's got to, it's got to be there, and then the bottom, wherever you want to, how far you want to put the ascender down, right? You get that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so then we want to go over here and look at the forms you made, and I can make some more guides in here to show you that it's crooked.
Mm-hmm.
And we're all learning about being precise, because I'm going to come up here, I'm going to make a new layer, and I'm going to make a little box just to serve as a measurement. Now I'm going to make it a color just to serve as a way to measure this width, because you have, and we're kind of the idea is to deconstruct the shapes. You're making rules for yourself to follow, like how thick are the strokes, the stems, and is that one as thick as this one? I mean, yes. All right, so you're just making rules for yourself. So this one, I'm going to leave this here, and I'll copy this, and I'll rotate it 90 degrees. So so that has to be, no, that has to be the same thickness.
Okay.
And it's not. I got to go and view guides, unlock guides, because this guide is not in the right spot. There it is. That that's right. So that works. So then the next question is, is that supposed to be the same width? I think it is. I'll move that. So this should be the same width as that. Am I right?
Yeah. And
then you got a new width going on here that's giving us type character. So this, and you can see here, by the way, that needs to be, you got a white stroke, and we don't need that. Take that stroke off. That's where that's got a line right there, right?
mm-hmm.
And this one has got a line right here. And that looked like that's a little bit off. So you can do all of this, right?
Yeah.
All right, so let's go up here to the top and figure out what this is, because this is a different size. And let's say these are all different. You can see they're not lining up. And so they've got to line up. And that, you understand all that now, right? Right.
Yeah.
And
the guides.
You did what?
I didn't have the guides.
Yeah, you need the guides. You need the guides. So I'm going to decide, I'm going to figure out what width this is, and you can decide yourself, but so you got two widths going on. You got, I'll make that a different color just to, not the stroke. So your type is made of these two widths, the green one and the orange one. So, we want to make this actually kind of square. Well, something like that. So the reason I did that is, well, I want to go over here and turn this 90 degrees. And there, I'll go okay. And so now you can see that this here, oh, this is, you got a stroke on that, and that's got to go away. And this here has to go. What did we use? We went shift, click, a white box, black box, and object, compound path, make. Yay, right?
Mhm.
All right, so I'm gonna pull a guide over here. And so that's got to be fixed. And that's pretty good. This here has to come down, shift, get both of those like that. I got to get a guide out here and I'll line these up. Princess, how you doing?
Good.
Is this all right?
Yeah, thank you. I'll fix everything.
So you know what you're going to do now, right?
Mhm.
And you take pride in doing this because it's like doing good work, and you're getting some skill sets that you may never use again, or maybe you'll become a graphic designer. Who knows? I didn't know any of these things when I started out, but I learned them all. Anyway, you know what you have to do, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Good work. So then I'm going to push this out. Then you got to go. You got to have a big one and you got to have a little one, right?
I thought it was one that has negative space and one that has positive space.
Yes, like this. Negative, yes, like this. This is on the last page of your syllabus. Big,
Oh, yes, yes.
and then you take and copy this and you make it small and put it underneath, right?
Mhm.
You can refer to the last page of the syllabus to see how that's set up. And then you got to come up here and say, what is the name of this font? You know?
I think it was Helvetica.
Oh, no, you're designing your own font. You may have used Helvetica as an inspiration, but this font doesn't have a name. You got to give it a name. What's the name?
Just any random word.
What does it remind you of?
I don't know. Oh, okay.
There. I just named it Mama's Pies. Okay? Yeah. All right. All right. Good job. Yay. So you're going to get that. You're going to submit that. You're going to fix it, right?
Yep.
All right. I'm not going to save it. So we covered everything that was submitted today, folks. Anybody have any issues you want to talk about?
Oh, I have a question.
Okay.
For the type techniques that I gave you, that I submitted in the email, you mentioned incorrect leading, and I'm not sure.
Letting.
Letting.
Yes.
I'm not sure what that means.
All right. So there's a point size. Should I do this in Illustrator?
Yeah.
This is a stand-in type. Ibsen, Lauren Ibsen. So I don't have to type anything. So I'm going to go to window, character, window type, character. And I'm going to say, this is Myriad Pro 12 point over 14. That's leading. There, you see that type go smaller?
Got it. Okay.
This is that little icon's the type size. This is the leading. And some of yours, I think I identified them. You weren't looking at this type size, the leading. The leading was wrong. Because I gave instructions. Myriad 12 over 16, but there was a slash here. 12 over 16, 12 point type, 16 leading, and the measure line length is 28. So you got to follow that, and you want to replicate it. So I want to go Command R. There's my rulers, and I want to go and highlight this type and go 12 over 16, and I got to type it in. 16. Now, I think you got all of the line length measure correct, but just because I'm here, I'll do this for those that have not handed this in. I'll just put a guide out here. I'm going to go to this crosshairs right up here. Those crosshairs, those are not, this here is right-click picas. That's picas. And that is the crosshairs. And I want to take that and grab that, and I'll reset to 0 so the picas start here. And then I can come out here and go 28. I can grab from the ruler another guide, drop at 28, and there I have 12 over 16, and I've got to move the text to the 28. And there's my the correct measurement. Everybody get that? Or anybody that needs to get that? Princess, did you get that?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, hey, anything else I can help you with out there in the world? Please.
I'm gonna submit my type of techniques with the corrections.
You're gonna submit them?
Yeah, I'll resubmit it now. I just fixed it.
Okay, so I'm gonna grade everybody and send you some grades by the end of the week. So if you got your any tutorials you want to hand in and they're outstanding, or these revisions we did today, or any of the typography design that hasn't been revised, and I'm going to grade it. That doesn't mean when you get your grade, you can still revise it and resubmit it by the end of the semester, because if I see stuff, I'm inclined to identify it. I just can't overlook it. That's okay with everybody, because that's what the game is here. Is Rochelle, how you doing out there?
I'm doing good.
You got any questions?
No, I think just this week I have to catch up on a bunch of stuff, and then hopefully I'll have it submitted.
Okay, so I think, let me look at this here. This is 4/6, and there's no class next week. So everybody has a chance. You're going to get your grades, but second midterm grade between 4/6 and 4/13, and it'll be whatever it is. But you'll have all this time, that whole week, to revise, and then we're going to start a whole new project, which is this magazine spread, which is great fun because we're going to take all these skill sets that we have learned and actually apply it to print design. So we'll have 3 weeks to do that, and one of those weeks is going to be reviewing, like we have done today, to make it better. And I'm going to give you some parameters, but I won't do it now. I'll do it after class, because I'm going to let you, or this 420 at that class, because I'm going to let you try to catch up, everybody that's behind, And this is, you know, at the end of the semester, you guys know this, a lot of you are seniors, everything gets really tight. So take the time and try to catch up so I can give everybody a good grade. All right?
Yep. Thank you.
Okay. If there's no other questions, thank you, Devin. No other questions. Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you, Professor.
Okay, goodbye.